Hey everybody, this is the Crossman Sports Talk Podcast, episode 23. How's everybody doing tonight? As y'all know, Brian's back, so the crowd's loving that you're back.
Oh, come on. Come on, douche.
I know, what can I say? Anyway, you're back. Welcome back. How are you?
Special.
Anyway, the crowd's back. They love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. You're welcome. Well, thanks for coming.
Mm-hmm.
Good to see you again.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're going to start off the night with a little bit of post-draft talk. As we all know, last week was the NFL draft. So, kind of a little roundabout thing before. Oh, I'm sorry. Before we begin, I'm Evan.
Brian.
I'm Gavin.
I'm Pat, and how come I'm not on the fucking picture anymore? What the fuck? I can see my thumb. Hey, what's up? What's up?
English, bro.
That's bullshit. You totally got focused on the fat guy eating pizza, but
Fuck Altuve.
what the fuck? How come that's bullshit?
Fuck you, Patty.
We'll figure that out in post.
In post. He's gonna. They superimpose me.
We'll superimpose Pat into the video.
The fuck is superimposed?
I'll post some old video from like fucking 3 or 4 months ago.
People are gonna get on Facebook. They're like, "Honey, come over here and watch this fat fuck eat pizza all night." What the fuck?
That's not me, old man. They superimpose me.
Oh shit. So anyway,
Well, then don't get fucking pizza.
So I just wanted to kind of go around the table and just think, who do you think did pretty well in regards to the draft this last week?
I'm pretty big fan of what the Seattle Kraken did.
The Kraken?
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Obviously, it's hard to say. I mean, some of these guys that you think did good, give them C grades. I know a lot of people are looking at the Niners did well. I mean, I'm a big fan of what Chicago did.
Chicago.
Picking up Justin Fields.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, moving up 10 spots. You can obviously see he's a much better than quarterback than Trubisky was. What did he have, one season as a starter at North Carolina?
Yeah.
I think this was a much better move, much smarter move. Go get their quarterback of the future.
Yeah, because now they won't have a first-round pick, so hopefully it works out for them next year.
Well,
to where they don't have to worry about that again.
It's like Seattle. We won't have a first-round pick again next year. Jamal Adams.
Which it worked out well for that.
Yeah, but he's better than any first rounder pick. So
yeah, there was whoever the 6th pick was this year. He ain't as good as Jamal Adams is.
Hell no.
And that's where the Jets took him, and that's what it would have cost the Seahawks to move up to number 6 that year anyway.
That's
so
true.
what the hell?
The Browns also had a really good draft also from...
I think the Browns are going to be tough, dude.
They picked up that linebacker in the 2nd round that was supposed to be a first-round top linebacker over Micah Parsons if they said they could. The Ravens, maybe. The Chargers picked up an offensive
As much
tackle.
as
I like the Chargers. I really like the Chargers.
I like what the Chargers did.
But I really like what the Cowboys did too, and it fucking bugs the shit out of me. That linebacker's a stud.
And then they're
fucking stacked at linebacker.
And they also got that Cox kid out of LSU too.
Oh, that Micah Parsons.
Yeah. And then they also got that Jabril Cox out of LSU that was supposed to be a top-rated linebacker, but ended up having injury-prone problems on the knee.
Well, considering that Sean Lee retired,
they're stacked.
They had to go do it.
And they're switching to, I heard Dan Quinn wants a 4-3, so perfect for...
That's right, Dan Quinn's their D coordinator now. God, it's so frustrating. I want to see the Cowboys plane crash, but no, with Dan Quinn on it.
The Broncos also had pretty good. Broncos.
You know what? It's hard to say because you look at all these supposed experts that, grade out at the end of the draft. And you know what? Sure, sometimes they're on and like Kuiper or whoever.
Mel Kiper, yeah.
You look and, sometimes they know what they're talking about. But you know what? The biggest thing that people don't realize is when it comes to drafts, too, is the hardest thing to scout is somebody's heart. You know, look how many players got drafted late and have become Hall of Famers, and how many first round busts do you see?
Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah,
know,
happens all the time.
A lot of great college players cannot translate to the NFL game, where you know you get players supposed from small schools that you look at and go, oh my God, he didn't go to LSU or he didn't go here. Look at somebody like Howie Long. He got drafted like I think 20 something by the Oakland Raiders out of Villanova. You know, you just don't know. There's diamonds in the rough that are out there that go to small schools, don't get the exposure that these big schools do.
Oh yeah.
And it doesn't matter. Like I said, you know, it's just some people translate just like in any sport actually. Look at basketball players. You got guys that have gone to big schools, you know, they go high in the draft, and then you get some kid from a small school that makes the team and then ends up being an all-star. So you just don't know. So we could sit here all night and say who did this, who did that. You know, yeah, we're like anybody else. We're gonna say, well, we think this team had a good draft or they got a steal here, but you really don't know till like a year later to see what.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Well, the Seahawks are getting bashed for Trey Brown, the kid we took from Oklahoma, the corner, because they say he lacks skill. That's why he's so gets a lot of personal foul calls, because he's a fucking ball buster. But that's specifically what John Schneider said they drafted him for, is they wanted to bring back that Legion of Boom mentality. They know they can never replace the Legion of Boom or bring him back, but he said they wanted that mentality. Well, one expert's going to bash us because we took the kid, but that's exactly what John and Pete were looking for, is somebody with that kind of an attitude on the field. So
Well, yeah, exactly. But that's my point is these experts can, you know, because they're going down the chart and rating all these kids as they come out. You know, you don't know what a team's looking for. You don't know what a team, you know, a certain type of player that they're looking for. So, yeah, you could sit back and you can bust somebody's balls for taking this kid or this kid, but it's in the end, it's just a crapshoot anyway. You know what I mean? Sure, some are you're gonna nail on the head, but are no doubters. But you know, most of the draft is just you just don't know. You just gotta wait and see and go from there.
Shit, the year we got B-Wags and Russell, we got a C-.
Yeah,
That's true.
No, kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and didn't they ended up taking a picture after they won the Super Bowl that year,
Mm-hmm.
and ended up showing all the analyzers and everybody like that
All
showed
the
them
draft.
wrong, that
Yep.
put like a F or what, the D or C- on her grade.
The guy
So-
should turn around real quick. There we go.
Is there any teams that you found? I mean, I know like we're just saying now, you know, it's hard to say. And everything. Is there anybody that felt at least initially that did poorly?
The Texans, with all the small picks they had and everything. Because if you look at every single draft, like everybody's draft, the Texans are the least talked about. And that could also mean that maybe they could have done good because no one's talking about it. But I just don't think the Texans really had much to do with. Even with our 3 picks, we still filled our needs. But
I think Bill O'Brien fucked those guys for a long time, man.
I think so too. I think the Jets did pretty good.
Yeah.
we're the Jets.
Yeah.
I think the Jets did pretty good. At the beginning, I think people changed their mind, but at the beginning of the draft, they were busting on the Raiders quite a bit. They always do bust on the Raiders too. That's another team they bust on, but it looks like they turned it around too.
They finished up strong.
They finished up strong in the draft, but like I said, it's so hard to sit here and you know.
I mean, the Rams, I had big questions on the Rams draft. I mean, considering that the Seahawks did fuck them out of their second round pick.
Yeah.
They wanted Dwayne Eskridge.
And then they ended up.
They called him.
Then they ended up going with that Tutu Atwell.
Yeah.
Someone.
But we took Dwayne Eskridge right out from under him.
Oh really?
They called him.
Yeah, because Seattle was going to trade back with that pick to go get some more picks,
And
but
the trade fell through.
But in the end, then the trade fell through. That's why they had like 2 seconds left on the clock because they were going to trade back, but then they ended up taking him, and the Rams were right after us.
Oh, and that's who the Rams wanted right after we took them.
Yep, and then that ended up going with.
That's why they went with that Tutu fruitcake.
Mr. Tutu?
Where's he from? Mississippi State or something? No, Mississippi.
Something like that.
Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Yes, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, one of them cousin fucker states.
I go Ole Miss. I run with my cousin Bo. We fuck around a little bit.
We're playing with each other's butts or something.
We had a couple shots of Jack that night. He filled with my nuts.
You know how Deshaun Watson likes it.
That's right. So with Gavin talking about the Houston Texans, that's a good little segue there, buddy. So we were talking about, like, so their very first pick, they didn't have a first pick for round 3. So the very first pick was Davis Mills, the quarterback out of Stanford. So in regards to the future of Houston and everything like that, I'm going to let Adam Schefter give us a little feedback here.
A wild off season for the Houston Texans. It opens with Deshaun Watson telling the team he wants them to trade him, and now it's in a situation where Deshaun Watson is facing 22 civil lawsuits alleging inappropriate conduct and sexual assault. The league is reviewing the matter. The authorities in Houston are looking at the matter, and right now it's a situation where the Texans used their first pick in the draft on a quarterback, the 67th overall selection, and they can say it's the best player on their board or whatever they want, but the fact of the matter is there are people in league circles who believe Deshaun Watson will not play this season. There are people who believe his career in Houston is over, and the Texans know they face a tremendous amount of quarterback uncertainty, which is why they used the third-round pick on Davis Mills, and now you have Davis Mills joining Tyrod Taylor and Ryan Finley to give the Texans their trio of quarterbacks, and we'll hear plenty more about this particular situation as the season gets closer, Reese.
Thanks, Adam.
Hey, thanks, Adam. Yeah, I heard the league brought in the BHC CSI group.
So, yeah, so
What the hell does that mean?
Butthole crime scene investigation.
So, I mean, yeah, it's with everything going on with the Watson stuff, because obviously Houston.
They put a spotlight on. Did you tickle his butthole? Look at me.
We gotta take fingerprints.
Let me smell your fingers.
Let me smell your fingers.
Your finger smells a little bit like Watson shit.
A little poopy.
Putting them in a lineup, all they have to bend over and spread their cheese. Is that the butthole you were forced?
Don't die. Oh my god. Careful. Shit, man.
Look at Facebook's going, oh my god, that fat fuck eating the pizza's having a heart attack.
So yeah, so here we go. So we have all these issues with, Deshaun rubbed the inside of my butthole, Watson, and now they're trying to provide some kind of, stability at quarterback there. You've got, here we go, Tyrod Taylor, which I didn't even know Tyrod Taylor was in Houston now. So
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so you got Taylor down there, and now you do this, you're drafting, right? So now you have Davis Mills going on.